So the Fly International Luxurious Art Project definitely feels like a strong statement as a whole, and the production and mastering style sound like they have a real intentional aim and that they actually reached it. The sound overall is deep, heavy, it's borderline crunched, like as close to distortion as possible without being distracting to the ear, so it has kind of a rugged and kind of a grimy feel, which everybody knows fits Raekwon's tone and his lyrics. I think the track Live to Die epitomizes that. His lyrics are always good, so there's no question there, and even if you're not paying attention to what he's saying, you can still enjoy his voice purely as an instrument in the way that it flows and blends with the music. I think I listened to Live to Die about 10 times before it actually occurred to me to think, well, let me see what he's actually talking about. When you listen to it, it's easy to go to your own place in your head, so it's kind of cinematic and artistic in that way, where it opens the imagination and leaves the experience open to interpretation. Like, these sounds all together could mean and represent something slightly different to each person that listens to it. And since Raekwon's voice is so much like an instrument, any given one of his tracks can still feel like an instrumental, which gives it that quality where you can just ride to it, and then every once in a while a good line jumps out at you and it embellishes the experience. My favorite tracks on the project are Live to Die, 1212, and All About You. And even if every track is not what I personally would like to hear in terms of harmony, I can say that every single track is solid. The days of having a couple of hits and then a bunch of so-so filler tracks are pretty much done, because everything is so transparent and out in the open that nobody can hide anything from the audience anymore. Plus, the playing field is leaning more towards independence, so the audience has a more intimate demand. I also appreciate that he had so many featured artists. That helps make everything more dynamic when you have energy coming from different sources, and the main artist can feed off of that and slightly sidestep his comfort zone and get out of his own head. And sometimes when you step outside yourself as an artist and then go back to it, you have a fresh perspective on your own approach and then can be even better at it. It also keeps things interesting for an artist who's been producing for 20 years, and also for the audience who's been following that artist for that same 20 years. So, all subjectivity aside, I have a lot of respect for this project.